Morning! We are in Wigan.
Wigan!
Now, according to comedy legend and one of our heroes, Ken Dodd, the King of Wigan is King Dick. And Buckingham Palace, back in those days, wasn't in London, it was in Plank Lane in Leeds.
I still haven't found him. Where's King Dick?
So yeah, we're here in Wigan. We are at Caldwell's Glass, just behind us, and we've come to look at some narrowboat windows and to check out how they're made. So we're inside. I've never seen as many narrowboat windows. Just look at all these windows. Barry and Sean are going to tell us all about them. What's the difference between them?
Right, so the basic window starts with the standard profile. With that, the main difference from the others is once they're fitted into the boat, you can see the screw holes. The window itself, this one's a top hopper. It can be sort of retrofitted into full hoppers, sliders, hopper sliders, whatever the customer's preference is. Colours and styles is all down to the customer requirements. So you've got your standard window. From the next progression onto there is the conceal fixing. Again, these are the same style, same rules apply. You can have pretty much any design with the product. Radius corners, mitered corners, shapes, shape windows, whatever is your choice. From there, I designed the clipping window. We do single glazed, double glazed, and then we do a thermal break version of that. These are the most popular in our range now because everybody wants the windows fitted without any screw holes. This reduces any chance of leaks and it gives that more sleek finish on the outside. For the lines of the boat, it does look a lot better. We have a range of portholes to match the windows in each individual profile. Standard, the concealed and the clipping. Even the new design of bonded window that we do as well. So they're available in any sort of finish that you're after.
And these bonded windows
Are the ones we've come to see?
Yeah, the bonded windows is a new design I came up with a while ago. We sent it to the Crick show this year. We've had a good response. If you want, I'll take you into the factory and show you how they're produced.
strips that make up the window come into the factory in these long thin strips like this, and as you can see they're straight, but some of our windows are like portholes, they're round, aren't they? So this team of lads behind us are cracking on shaping and cutting and polishing and welding it until it gets into shape. So one of those straight pieces of aluminium we've just shown you, we've come over to a corner of the sheds where Jack is going to turn this into one of these. So once he's tightened all this gear up, there's a couple of buttons down here which he's going to press, and it's going to turn this piece of metal into this piece of metal. Okay, so everything tightened up. So Sean's going to press the button then. Alright, when you're ready.
Here we go.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. There we go.
You got to keep it pressed.
Oh, you can't even do it right. Bending these pieces into shape, moulding them upstairs, and brought them down into the corner of the shed where Dave is going to weld these together now. and done. That sounds like a really extreme tattoo gun, doesn't it? Dave's just brought the frame back into the polishing room where the very Doctor Who monster-looking Josh is going to polish these up again. Sean's just been saying that, and he was surprised that these portholes are actually made up of two. You thought it was like one piece of metal, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's actually two pieces of metal welded together, and then Josh is going to polish these up. It's some that he made earlier. Let's check out how he does that. Apparently this machine is going to take like the roughest parts off the front, make it nice and shiny. It's like a sanding machine, so it's just kind of taking the rough bits off the front before it's polished off. The sanding's done. Cutting compound is on this block, and now it's going to be really finely kind of polished. I've got my muff today. It's so noisy in here, you won't believe it. That's why you've got to see this. Check out that piece of glass. That is 3 metres by 2.5 metres across. It's massive. We're going to see it fall down and get cut into smaller pieces in a little bit. That piece of glass is going to be our bonded windows on Narrowboat Silver Fox, and we're going to follow that massive piece cut down into smaller pieces, added to the frames that we've seen on the other side of the factory, and it's going to come together and form our new windows. So remember that 3 metre by 2.5 metre piece of glass? How about just dropping it onto this big piece of wood like this? Oh, how did that not break? Okay, so now this little piece of machinery at the end is going to scan over this piece of glass and cut it into smaller pieces, which will then form the windows in Narrowboat Silver Fox. Marks in the glass is actually pushing it over this kind of break in the table thing. It's just positioning it on, and what it's going to do is go around the other side, and you're going to see this just literally break like that, and there you go, smaller pieces of glass. Wow, that is ace. You know what it reminds me of? Breaking off pieces of Toblerone. And there you go. Smaller pieces of glass for Narrowboat Silver Fox. And now we're back on this air table where all you can see all the little kind of holes in the table. You know the game like air soccer, it's similar to that, so all these little holes are blowing air, and it's going to separate these out and take the circles for the portholes out the glass. This is just so much easier than I ever imagined it would be. So it's just kind of taking the edges off that have been cut, and then the little things of air are going to help blow it out. And look at that, perfect porthole window. Brilliant. So after the portholes have been cut, they're sent away. and they get polished and cleaned, and the centre's cut out, and then we get ready for the drilling, which is drilling the holes. After the glass has been drilled and washed again, it comes over to Isabel, and Isabel's going to put this little sticker, you know, like the kite mark that says that the glass is toughened. That's Isabel's job. It's just cleaning the glass and putting the sticker on at the bottom. It's as quick and easy as that. Glass has been cut down, it's been cleaned, it's been polished, the centre bits have been cut out, it's got the little stickers saying that it's been toughened, but now it has to get toughened. So it's come down here where Tom is going to put it through this, I can only describe it as an oven, and what it's going to do is it's going to warm the glass up and then it's going to cool it really quickly, and that toughens the glass. Okay, let's see what happens then. So it goes in the oven and it's gone. So after the glass has been heated up, it comes through this thing with all the fans and it gets cooled down gradually. I tell you what, it's warm and noisy. And after about 2 minutes, here they come out the other end. So we started off just across in the other shed where we were making these frames, do you remember? 2 pieces, and we got them welded together, and we got them all polished and buffed and nice, and then we saw this glass being made over here, which you can see behind us. All these bits go together to make Narrowboat Silver Foxes windows. So this is the porthole window, so you can see that this outer frame that we saw being cut earlier has been bonded to this frame, and then we've got the piece of glass just inside. There you go, that's recognisable, isn't it? That's sealed as well inside. It's actually really cushiony soft. Lovely quality, loving that. And then on the big window, again we saw these being cut out earlier. We saw the frames being bent by Jack, you remember that? So we've got this big piece of glass, again bonded onto this metal frame. And these windows actually come out. How sexy is that? That is nice, isn't it? So this is Barry. Barry made it all possible for us to be here today, and these are just stunning. You must be really happy with these.
Yeah, I'm pleased. Like I had this idea in my head for a long time.
Yeah.
But to finally get to a finished product and people are pleased with it, you know, it's going so well. I've had a lot of good feedback with it, and things will just move on from there.
So how do these open then? So once we've...
Literally, it's sort of straightforward. Twist the lock, drop back onto the roller stays. You need to take the glass out, you know, for more ventilation, for escape hatches, anything like that. If this glass breaks, the window's still in situ, we can just send you a new one through the post. And it's as easy as that, open and close, and then pushing the seal, a little bit of pressure onto the unit, and it's all nice and neat with the finished product.
Perfect. So here they are, the finished product. The next time you see these 2 windows on our vlogs, it'll be when Barry is fitting them onto Narrowboat Silver Fox. Right, cheers Barry, thank you.
Morning.
As comedy hero and legend Ken Dodd, if you've been... we are...
Looking for King Dick of Wigan.
Now, as Ken Dodd once told us, why is the phone doing that?
I'm still looking for King Dick.
Is that recording? That's recording.
Turn the camera around.
Close up of it.
Look at that one.
Is that a bad one? We got one you made earlier.
I had a look at it once, I can't see now. You can't say that.
That are going to end up in our
Muff.
Barry and Sean are going to tell us all about them. What's the difference between them?
Sometimes, can't it?